Stories that are made up are called fiction. Some fiction stories could happen in real life, while others could not. Some common features of fiction include characters. Characters are the people or animals in a story. Another feature of fiction is setting. The setting is where and when the action of the story takes place. The plot structure of a story includes a beginning, a middle, and an ending. The writer tells you about the characters and the setting in the beginning and sets up a problem. In the middle, the characters deal with the problem and work toward a solution. In the ending, the problem is resolved one way or another and the story finishes. Let's read a story and try to focus on the features of fiction in this story. The Right Club. Thursday was club day at Elmwood School. Each club had posted signs and banners in the hallway. They had set up tables with colorful flyers to welcome new members. Hadley and her friend Maggie were checking out the clubs. Hadley was really interested in joining a club, but she was unsure which would be best. She had never belonged to a club before. She wanted to make sure she joined the right one. This is the beginning of the story. The writer introduces the characters and names the setting. Who are the characters? Maggie and Hadley. What is the setting? It's a Thursday at Elmwood School. The writer also states the problem. What problem does Hadley have? She wants to choose a club to join. In the middle of the story, the writer develops the problem and works toward a solution. Let's keep reading. Look, Hadley, there's a club for playing chess, exclaimed Maggie. Let's join this one. Maggie played chess with her older brother Ken, and she was very good. She had tried to teach Hadley some basics, but Hadley was not inspired to learn the strategies. Hadley said, "That's a great club for you, Maggie, but I'm going to keep looking." Hadley continued to visit the club tables. The ski club looked tempting, but Hadley didn't enjoy being outdoors in the cold. She noticed the math club, but studying numbers was not exactly her idea of fun. Then Hadley saw a banner for the birdwatching club. That might be just the right club, she thought. There are so many birds around here, I would learn to identify them all. Hadley asked the club president lots of questions. It did sound exciting. Before Hadley signed up, though, she had one last question. What time are the club meetings? We meet in Sherman Park at sunrise, about 5:30, the club president answered. In the morning? Asked Hadley. That's when the sun rises, replied the president with a huge grin, and it's the best time to spot birds. Thanks. I don't think the birdwatching club is the right one for me, though. I'm going to keep looking, said Hadley as she walked away. She was not a morning person. Not 5:30 in the morning, anyway. How does Hadley work towards a solution? Well, she checks out different clubs, but none of them seems quite right, so she keeps looking. In the ending of a story, the problem is resolved one way or another. Let's read the rest of the story. As Hadley headed down the hall, her eyes fell on the banner for the Stargazing Club. It showed an amazing photograph of the Milky Way. There was a star chart pinned on the wall. There was a telescope set up on the table. That club must meet at night, Hadley thought, and she marched right up and joined the Stargazing Club. How does Hadley solve her problem? She decides that the Stargazing Club is the right one for her to join. How does the writer wrap up the story? With the final event when Hadley signs up for a club.